Hello students, today I will be starting the second video of the topic the rise of nationalism in Europe, and the topic is the French Revolution and the idea of nation. Children, as we all know that France was a monarchy and the ruler was Louis XVI, and the people of France, they were not happy because they did not consider the king was working for their betterment. So they were not happy, and because of this reason in 1789 French Revolution took place. We all remember that in France the people, they were addressed with Madame and Monsieur. The first idea of nationalism came with the French Revolution, which started in 1789, and this idea started from France और धीरे धीरे वो पूरे यूरोप में फैलता गया. French Revolution led to the transfer of sovereignty from the monarchy to a body of French citizens. These French citizens, they decided that now onwards they will be writing the constitution of the country. These French revolutionaries, they introduced various measures and practices जिससे कि पूरे फ्रांस में एक कलेक्टिव आइडेंटिटी लोगों के बीच में आ सके, लोग ये सोच सकें दैट दे बिलोंग टू द वन नेशन, दे आर ऑल वन. एंड फॉर दिस फ्रेंच रिवॉल्यूशनरी दे इंट्रोड्यूस डिफरेंट न्यू आइडियाज़, लाइक इंस्टेड ऑफ मदाम एंड मॉन्जोर, दीज रिवॉल्यूशनरीज, इन्होंने अब डिसाइड किया दैट एवरीबडी वुड बी इक्वल. किसी के लिए हम एरिस्टोक्रेटिसी प्रिविलेजेस नहीं देंगे, क्योंकि इस समय तक उन्होंने फ्यूडल सिस्टम को भी ख़त्म करने की बात कर ली थी और सभी सिटीजन्स को इक्वल माना था. सो दे इंट्रोड्यूस द कंसेप्ट ऑफ ला पात्रे, द फादरलैंड, एंड ला सिटॉयने, द सिटीजन. Second thing they did was they introduced a new flag. This new flag, this was tricolor. 3 रंग का था basically, red, blue and white. And the old monarchy symbols they were removed. और इसके बाद तीसरा चीज़ जो इन्होंने किया कि फ्रांस में एक नई एक्टिव सिटीजन्स मीन्स जिन्हें जो प्रॉपर्टीड मैन थे और जिनको राइट टू वोट था, उन लोगों ने मिलकर एक नेशनल असेंबली बनाई. पहले इसको नाम दिया स्टेट जनरल और बाद में इसको नाम दिया गया नेशनल असेंबली. और इस नेशनल असेंबली का पर्पस था पूरे स्टेट में, पूरे कंट्री में ठीक से रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस को इम्प्लीमेंट करना. नेक्स्ट क्या हुआ इम्पॉर्टेंट चीज़, न्यू हिम्स वर कंपोज्ड and the martyrs were commemorated, all in the name of nations. New religious songs, hymns were religious songs, they were made, and those who have sacrificed their life in the name of nations, they were given homage, they were given respect. Next important thing that happened, a centralized system. What do we understand by centralized system? वो चीज़ जो पूरे देश में एक सा ही लागू हो, एक जगह से ही कानून बनेंगे. सो अ सेंट्रलाइज सिस्टम वाज सेट अप टू फॉर्मुलेट यूनिफॉर्म लॉ जो पूरे देश के लिए एक से ही लॉ होंगे और सभी सिटीजन्स के ऊपर वो इम्प्लीमेंट किए जाएंगे जहाँ भी फ्रेंच रूल चल रहा था. चिल्ड्रन, सबसे ज़्यादा प्रॉब्लम कहाँ थी कि फ्रांस में वेट्स और मेजर्स अलग अलग थे. कहीं 1 kg was 950 grams. It is just an example that weights and measures अलग अलग थे. तो जब कस्टम ड्यूटी पे होनी थी, it was very difficult to calculate that how much duties have to be paid, because हर जगह weights और measures different थे. सब पूरे जगह एक से weights और measures नहीं थे. So standardization of weights and measures was very important. And then regional language were discouraged. पूरे फ्रांस में फ्रेंच लैंग्वेज बोली जाती थी लेकिन डायलेक्ट डिफरेंट होते थे. सो अल्टीमेटली डिसाइड किया गया जो फ्रेंच लैंग्वेज पेरिस में जिस डायलेक्ट के साथ बोली जाएगी वो ही एक्सेप्टेबल होगी. सो फ्रेंच लैंग्वेज फॉर स्पीकिंग एंड पेरिस लैंग्वेज फॉर राइटिंग वर एक्सेप्टेड as a common language of the country. इसके बाद डिसाइड किया फ्रेंच के जितने भी रिवॉल्यूशनरीज थे कि ये उनका मकसद है वो किसी भी हाल में फ्रांस के अलावा यूरोप के सभी कंट्रीज़ के लोगों को डेस्पोटिज्म से निजात दिलाएंगे, छुटकारा दिलवाएंगे. सो व्हाट डू वी अंडरस्टैंड बाय डेस्पोटिज्म? Despotism is an ideology where the absolute power is exercised especially in cruel and oppressive way. मतलब ज़बरदस्ती से कोई बहुत ही क्रूरता के साथ किसी जगह को रूल करना, दैट इज़ कॉल्ड डेस्पोटिज्म. क्योंकि सभी जगह मोनार्क रूल कर रहे थे तो रिवॉल्यूशनरीज ने डिसाइड किया दैट इन एनी केस यूरोप से एज वेल एज फ्रांस उनको पूरी तरह से डेस्पोटिज्म से आज़ादी दिलवाएंगे. अब जैसे ही फ्रांस के रिवॉल्यूशन की और फ्रांस की एक्टिविटीज़ की न्यूज़ पूरे यूरोप में पहुंची तो इसका इफ़ेक्ट यूरोप में क्या हुआ? डिफरेंट सिटीज़ ऑफ यूरोप एज वेल एज स्टूडेंट्स हु वर लिविंग देयर, अदर मेंबर्स ऑफ एजुकेटेड मिडिल क्लासेस, उन्होंने फ्रांस के ही स्टाइल में अपने यहाँ भी जैकोबिन क्लब्स बनाने शुरू कर दिए. नाउ चिल्ड्रन, लेट मी टेल यू हाउ स्लोली नेपोलियन केम इन पावर between 1787 and 1795. The French Revolution. Now children, I will tell you how Napoleon came in power. Napoleon fought many wars from French revolutionary side. In 1795, a new constitution in France, it places executive power in a 5-member directory, which you have already studied in 9th class. Napoleon became a respected advisor on military matters to the directory. Napoleon fought many wars on behalf of France, and he was defeated by British while acting as an advisor for military. He fought many wars on behalf of France. He won many battles, but he was defeated by British in the Battle of Nile. And while he was out, unrest started developing in France. कॉमन लोग रिवोल्ट करने लगे, इसलिए नेपोलियन को वापस फ्रांस में आना पड़ा. आफ्टर कमिंग बैक he saw there is political instability in France, so he overthrew directory and he took over the charge of France in his hands. He started ruling in France, and in 1804 he declared himself as the ruler of France. So Napoleon overthrew democracy from France, and again he started monarchy rule. Although Napoleon turned France from democracy to monarchy, but then he took many good steps for the betterment of the people of France. Let us see what were these steps. The Napoleonic Code is also called the French Civil Code of 1804. This code defined the concept of equality before the law and also secured the right to property to all citizens. Napoleon called this code as Civil Code of 1804, or it is also known as Napoleonic Code. So the main purpose of Napoleon after implementing this code was to simplify all the laws and systematize into a single document. This code was spread to the regions which were under French control. The states like the Dutch Republic, in Switzerland, in Italy and Germany, this code was adopted, and Napoleon simplified administrative measures also. This would be an important question, children. What were the things introduced? What were the changes introduced in Napoleonic Code? The first major change was doing away with all the privileges based on birth, and now Napoleon ended the feudal system, clergy, nobles and commoners. Now everybody was considered equal, and thus establishing equality before law and securing right to property. Administrative divisions were simplified, feudal system was abolished, and peasants were freed from serfdom and manorial dues. Next is, in towns, guild restrictions were removed. Now children, what is a guild? So guild In olden time, it was an organization of people who were doing the same job or who have the same interest or aims. Means in guild, like now we have the freedom of profession. Earlier it was not so. The family where you are born, on the basis of birth you used to choose profession. So, and if suppose if some guild is there for protect, these guilds were licensed by the government and they were having special privileges and authority. On their own, nobody could enter any guild until and unless the guild allows them to practice that profession. Fifth is transport and communication systems were improved so that the movement of goods could take place easily. Peasants, artisans and workers and new businessmen, they enjoyed a newfound freedom because they were all finding that it is all so good that Napoleon has made so many good changes. Now businessmen and small scale producers of goods, they were very happy because they realized that uniform laws, एक से laws और standardization, weights और measures का एक सा कर देना, वो और पूरी एक करेंसी बना देना, वो पूरे उनको ट्रेड में बहुत हेल्पफुल रहेगी. बट दिस हैप्पीनेस वॉज जस्ट फॉर शॉर्ट पीरियड बिकॉज स्लोली दे रियलाइज दैट वॉट दे वर थिंकिंग नेपोलियन इज़, वो बिल्कुल वैसा नहीं है. क्योंकि नेपोलियन एक मोनार्क था और उसने सबसे पहले पॉलिटिकल फ्रीडम सबको नहीं दी, केवल कुछ लोगों को पॉलिटिकल फ्रीडम दी. राइट टू वोट कुछ ही लोगों के पास था क्योंकि नेपोलियन का ड्रीम था ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा एरिया को कैप्चर करना, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा एरिया को फ्रांस के अंदर मिलाना. इसलिए वो वॉर्स में बहुत इन्वॉल्व था और वॉर्स के लिए फंड्स कहाँ से आने थे? टैक्सेस के थ्रू. सो ही इंक्रीज टैक्सेशन ऑल्सो. नेक्स्ट थिंग दैट ही डिड वॉज censorship. Censorship is the policy in which you have no freedom of speech and you cannot write anything, you cannot speak anything which is against the government. You have to take the permission of government before speaking or writing anything. And lastly, very important, forced conscription. Napoleon, because he wanted to win over more and more area and he wanted to increase the territory of France, he forced people to join army, which was again a problem for negative step by Napoleon. So this is how people who were happy with Napoleon, slowly they realized that it is not, Napoleon is not what they were thinking of. So reaction of Europe towards the policies of Napoleon was, Napoleon became unpopular and he was defeated in the Battle of Waterloo in 1815. With this I end the second video. Next video I will be making on the making of nationalism in Europe. Thank you children.